to talk to you about why your smartphone slows down so much over time. Whether you have an iPhone, an Android, or even the 3 people out there still using Windows Phone, we've all experienced this in the past. So you just came home from the store with your brand new iPhone or Pixel and it's working buttery smooth. But then sometime later, you start noticing apps taking longer to load up, overall unresponsiveness, and sometimes even crashes. A recent study that was carried out actually revealed that the average smartphone user spends between 3 and 4 hours a day on their smartphone. So any change in performance would easily be picked up upon. And I'm sure you all remember back in the tail end of 2017, it came out that Apple was actually slowing down their iPhones due to aging lithium-ion batteries. The old lithium-ion batteries weren't able to supply the peak current required to power the CPUs at max performance. And their solution to this was to actually just decrease the price of battery replacements for a certain number of months. Then, late in 2018, the Italian Competition Authority actually fined both Apple and Samsung around $6 million for releasing software updates which slowed down older phones. Now let's take battery degradation out of the equation and take a look at what else is happening. The smartphone world is constantly changing, and if you bought a flagship model with top-of-the-line specs 6 months ago, chances are the specs are no longer top of the line. Operating system updates are pushed out relatively frequently and optimized best for the latest hardware. This means that the software requires beefier specs to run as intended. The same goes for app updates. As new hardware comes out, the apps are optimized to use that extra power. Now this isn't always the case, but take out a phone a few generations old and update it to the latest version of iOS or Android and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Another problem which can cause performance drops is file system fragmentation. Now your typical SSD in a desktop or laptop should never be defragged, and this can actually decrease the life of the drive in the long run. However, a study in 2016, which looked at several different Android smartphones, found that the flash memory exhibited unique behaviors in the file accessing system. And this was prone to severe fragmentation and severe performance drops over time. So what can you do? The first thing is you want to make sure that your storage isn't full or near full. If you shoot a lot of video and take a lot of photos, your storage can fill up very fast. So you want to go ahead and back those up and delete them locally. After that, go ahead and take a look at all of your apps. If there are apps that you don't use or haven't used in months, delete them and make some room. Next, take a look if there's any bloatware apps that your manufacturer or carrier may have added on there. These can often run in the background and use up resources. The next step is to delete your cached data. And I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that right now. So Android makes this pretty easy. We're going to go into our settings. We're going to go into storage. Then we're going to go into, well, you can hit free up space and that'll free some space. We can go into other apps and then we'll hit an app and you can hit clear cache. In iOS, it's a little bit more complicated. Go into your settings. We're going to go into general. And we're going to go into storage. Once you're in storage, you can click on a specific app and actually look at the documents and data size. If that's very large, you're going to want to go ahead and actually delete the app and then reinstall it from the App Store. And that's how you delete the cache on iOS. Definitely don't download and use any task killer apps. If all this fails, go ahead and back up your phone and get ready for a factory reset. Now you factory reset your phone, but you're still not happy with the performance, that might mean you're due for an upgrade as your hardware can't keep up with the latest software, especially if your phone is more than a few years old. That's it for me. As always, if you like what you see, bite that subscribe button.